What's up, guys? This is DN Outdoor, and today we're going to be going over my creek fishing tackle box. I don't ever go creek fishing without this box right here. And basically everything that's in this box since I'm going creek fishing is like crappie stuff and like soft plastics. There's not a lot of bass fishing stuff, but a lot of this stuff still works if you do want to go bass fishing in the creek. But I'm just going to go over this box right here. Just going to show y'all what I use, how I use it, and like what type of weather conditions I use it in. And that'll be today's video. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in. The first bait I have for you guys, we're just gonna go in order, is these worms right here. I have a whole pouch of them. As you can see, they're just a solid regular worm, just like any other worm would be. I got the long tail. Usually I use these in like clear water conditions, but you can use them in like muddy water. It's probably not as like effective because I've not found any like actually good like results out of it. So I'm trying to find the word to say. But these right here work really good if you're trying to catch like a solid bass. I have caught a few bass out of the creek with these, but not a lot. Like I said, I don't really go bass fishing in the creek a lot. See if I can't pull these two. These two right here work very, very well. And if you haven't got any of these, I would really advise you to get some. And it's these little rooster tail things. These right here, I don't know if y'all can see that like clearly, but that right there, that's where it's at. This right here. If you guys don't have any of these right here, you need to go get you some. I bought this one right here for 99 cents at Walmart. And it does numbers in the creek that I'm in. And this is just a 1/8 rooster tail. Nothing big, nothing fancy, but it does numbers in the creek, and you will not regret buying one of these. These things will do numbers in bluegill. I've caught some bluegill. I've caught some crappie in my creek. Other than that, you can use these to catch a bass, but I wouldn't, me personally. Maybe smaller bass, if you were going after smaller bass. I feel like that would be a good option for you. And then also just like another like one of these spinner baits. I actually got these off of one of my buddies. He had a bunch of old fishing stuff, and he just sold it to me, a lot of it, for just 20 bucks. And I said, okay, bet. And it's just got a red and white spinner thing on it. But these will do numbers in the creek, by the way. Like I said, you will not regret getting a rooster tail. Those are some of the best baits you can get for creek fishing as well. And the third one, you can never go wrong with these. I've never not had success with these on a good day. And it's these little tube baits. Now, mostly they're used for crappie. You can use them, some of them. I've caught some small trout, not out of my creek, but if I do go trout fishing, I sometimes catch some trout with this. Not a lot, but I have. My favorite to use is the redhead and glitter tail. This is just one of the different variations that they have. The other two variations that they have is that I have. Now, I don't know. I got these from Mr. Crappie. That's the brand name, is Mr. Crappie, but I don't know if he makes any more variations of the colors. But the three that I have is the glitter and red, and this one is just a red and just white tail. And then the third one is, I don't use these often, but when I do, they're okay. Blue tail, or not, blue head and white tail. Like I said, I've never really used those. I've not caught anything off the blue ones at all, but I just keep them just in case, just in case I run out. And then of course, can't forget Senko worms, stuff like that. This one is a greenish color with blue, green, and purple glitter in it. Usually hook these up to a Texas rig. Pretty effective. Like I said, I don't use bass fishing stuff a lot in creeks. I don't really Texas rig anything in a creek. I just haven't found much use for a Texas rig in a creek. But you never know. And another one is, of course, spinnerbaits. This is a really, really old spinnerbait. I have not used this one at all. This is another one of those things that I got from my buddy who had a bunch of old fishing stuff. Might try this one out in another video. Might go creek fishing later on tonight, actually. Might try to go fish with it. Might try to put some worm or swim bait on the back of this one and cast it out in the creek. Creek conditions should be pretty good today. It's not rained in a while here where I'm at, so water conditions should be like peak for fishing today. Went yesterday, it was a little bit muddy, a little bit cloudy, so I just casted a few these two baits right here, the red and green glitter tail one. Didn't catch anything, so I just cleared out some spots so I can cast. Oh, I almost forgot. These right here are great. These little realistic looking baits, these right here, are elite. Especially the ones with the tail like that. These right here in the creek that I fish in, you'll do wonders in the creek that I fish in with these. These are so good. Now, I couldn't have any other better bait to fish with in my creek besides the rooster tail. The rooster tail is elite, but this one comes in a close second. And who could forget the good old-fashioned grub bait? Now, I fish sometimes with these little grub baits. Not often, but sometimes. This one's actually got two tails. Most of the ones I have only have one, but this one's got two, as you can see right here. If I can pull them apart, yep, right there. This is a whitish color, grayish. I would assume it work okay, but honestly, I'm not liking the color of this one, to be honest. I don't really care for the whitish colors. I'm sure it's a natural color, but at the same time, I don't think they're as effective as brighter colors or darker colors, whatever. I feel like you have to have a bait that would really catch the fish's attention, you know? Like, really, like, how do I put this? Like, it would have to, like, attract the fish with the way it looks. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be easier for the fish to notice. And the bottom of my tackle box, I have some of these great worms right here. Yep, right here. They're the big long ones. And these right here, they're purple, purple reddish color. I don't use these a lot in the creek, but if I do go bass fishing, I do decide to use these a lot sometimes. And yeah, but it's just a regular worm, just with a longer tail at the end. Right here, just a longer tail. And these come from Zoom. These are a tequila sunrise color. And they work pretty well. I'd say they will. And this one comes from Yum. This is just another purple worm, I believe. Yep. Just another purple red worm, just a different type of style. This one has like a different texture to it. You can see the humps through it and the texture of the worm, and then not as long of a tail here as the last one. But these came from Yum, and these are a Junebug color. These have the color of Junebug. They come from Yum. Yum's a really good brand. I like to use Yum. Honestly, me personally, I couldn't complain about Yum at all. Yum has really done me good over the years, and so has this brand right here, Zoom. I've actually never opened these. Actually, I have opened them. I just haven't used them yet. And these are still in perfect condition, but these right here are a Blacklight Super Salt Plus Z-Crawl from Zoom. These right here, they are really well lubricated, and honestly, I really love this color. Look at that purple. That is a beautiful purple. That right there has to be my favorite feature about the Zoom baits, is they're so good with their color. They really know what they're doing, and they really know how to make a bait. Zoom bait has to be my top 3. I would say my top 3 bait makers would probably have to be soft plastics and worm wise. I would have to go with Yum at 1, Zoom at 2, and Yamatamo at 3. That's just me personally. But, you know, a lot of things could work. You know, any bait could really work. Strike King also comes in clutch sometimes as well. Cannot leave Strike King out. And like I said, this is also a Strike King. But like I said, Strike King is elite at making baits. But these right here, this is a bleeding tube. Bleeding tubes. This is something I bought off my friend a while back. Never used them. Not one time have I used these at all. They're covered in salt, so I'm just going to leave them in the bag. But I would assume these work pretty well, considering that they're salt impregnated and you cut them open and they bleed. So I would assume that these work elite. So lastly, we have Berkley Power Bait. And these are Chigger Craws, I believe. Yep. These right here. These are a watermelon candy color. I don't believe I've opened these at all either. I've not even opened the bag to get into these, actually. It's the first time opening the bag, and they're still in great condition. These right here, watermelon candy. Can't complain about any watermelon color at all. It's got green glitter and purple glitter. You know, as you can see, it's a crawl bait, like we said. I've never fished with these at all. I fished with a few crawl baits, never this kind. I would assume they work great, or I wouldn't have bought them. Might have to test them out soon, maybe make a video about them. Just all depends on what I got going on later. But other than that, that's my creek fishing box. And, you know, like I said, hopefully gonna be able to make a video later today. I got a creek behind the house, on the neighbor's property, and down at the farm. I got 3 different creeks to fish at. Probably gonna go to the one that I've caught a lot. Bluegill, crappie, a little bit of like smallmouth bass. But we're gonna go over there, we're gonna fish. Hopefully, if I ain't got nothing going on today, if plans don't change, I plan on going there in a few minutes. But other than that, I think that's the video for today. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow the Instagram at DN Outdoor. Again, that's at DN Outdoor. Also be sure to follow the TikTok at DN Outdoor, obviously. And, you know, YouTube's here. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and follow for more.